Welcome to the 30th video in the series, Foundations of Communist Organizing. Today we'll be going over the 1924 piece by the Communist Party of Italy at the Clandestine National Conference at Como. This is by Bourgeois, draft theses presented by the left on the policies and tasks of the PC in Italy. The party prioritizes organizational consolidation and tactical clarity is why I've subtitled this. This draft thesis was done in a clandestine National Congress meeting, discussing the way forward under the conditions they were in for policies and tasks. Remember, Mussolini's party had risen and so on and so forth. In it, they lay out the general actions necessary and how the party should reckon with them while not risking the larger principles of the party. It specifies the need for the party to support the immediate needs of the proletariat on the shop floor, driving reactionary influences out, rather than seeking unity with them in the name of keeping up numbers, avoiding falling into reformist traps. Ultimately, the party must focus on maximizing its capacity to act as the general staff of the proletariat during the decisive moment, which involves having full capacity to carry out tasks independently. To that end, the task of the party and therefore tactic is to 1. Task, develop ideology. Tactic, demonstrate independence. 2. Task, organize within objective conditions. Tactic, organization wherever material problems of interest to workers occur, creating organs and groups that are closely linked to the party. 3. Task, engage in tactical work that defends against fascism. Tactic, organization wherever material problems of interest to the workers occur, creating organs and groups that are closely linked to the party. 4. Task, engage in tactical work which educates and organizes the working class by drawing them away from other movements. Tactic, produce organizational arms of propaganda and criticism against all other organizations. 5. Task, seek revolutionary organic unity, which is synonymous with the end of mystification and opportunist populism through said education. Tactic, produce organizational arms of propaganda and criticism against all other organizations. In terms of the United Front, the party is to seek to intervene in the leadership to fight against saboteurs, but be positioned in such a way that, if the United Front failed, the party comes out as clearly the correct position, and thereby the workers would organize around it. This requires the communists make it abundantly clear that the proposals they make must be followed for victory to be achieved. This in turn requires that the party struggle viciously against pretenders taking its name, and split with non-communists should the United Front fail. As workers enter in after such a failure, the party should vet them through rapidly, but not be led in based on their position in the previous worker organization they were in. All relations between center and periphery should be consolidated, along with the quote-unquote internal organizational apparatus, while critiquing and attacking fascism, critiquing anti-fascist bourgeois parties, and rejecting organization with such bourgeois organizations. The goal is to influence the workers towards communism while constantly updating theoretical and political consciousness of the party and defining and solidifying organization. Because as the organization changes, the theoretical line of tactics shift and vice versa, and subjective and objective conditions change as well, demanding shift of tactics and organization in turn. The theoretical line, organization, subjective and objective conditions cannot be in contradiction, because they will lead to failure of tactics and organization. To this end, organic centralism is suggested, which should prevent fractions or internal factionalism, stopping dogmatism through mechanical actions of gaining position and imposing those methods, while also preventing the party from losing independence, having its platform externally occluded. Organic centralism promises that changes in the organization come with the development of political ideology, definition of tactics, and organizational consolidation, thus removing the risk of contradiction which leads to failure of tactics and organization. And that is my summary of the 1924 piece by the Communist Party of Italy at the Clandestine National Conference at Como. Bourgeois' draft theses presented by the left on the policies and tasks of the Party of Communists in Italy. If you'd like to go over the quotations I derived this summary from, you can find this Google Doc in the description below, and you'll also find a link to the United Marxist Pact Discord server. If you'd like to talk about this, ask any questions, or engage in anything else regarding communism, then we would love to have you. Tomorrow we will be going over the 1924 piece by the Third Communist International's 5th Congress, Program of Action presented by the left of the Communist Party of Italy. Thank you for joining me for today's topical summary, and I hope to see you then.